Amaury, Myriam and Thibaut are some of the fastest people to ever race downhill. Week in, week out, they fight against the best athletes in their sport. But there is one event that is different to all the rest, and everything is on the table.
Welcome to Maribor in Slovenia. Summer break is over and it's time for round 3 of this year's Downhill World Cup.
The summer break gave the world of downhill a rest and all eyes were on Japan for the Olympics. It was a summer break that the team took full advantage on to work hard towards their vision.
What is going on here? Incredible! Been getting faster and faster. Oh my goodness! 0.7 up now then! Oh, really? He goes fast!
Look at the eyes of this woman then. Myriam Nicole from France. And Nicole, she's going to be pushing hard today.
2.2 up then. So Nicole very much on a run here in Maribor.
There are some days when nothing gets in your way. After a great qualification run, all the fans on track and the sun to top it off, Myriam laid down the perfect run from top to bottom.
Is it going to be enough to see Myriam Nicole take the lead? I think it is 3:37 for Pierron. Nicole smashes it!
La semaine, elle n'avait pas super bien commencé. En général, quand j'en baffe de jour en jour, c'est de bon augure. Je suis contente.
One of the most exciting young riders ever to enter the elite ranks. Thibaut Daprela on track.
He's up on second at Thibaut Daprela now. Wow, look at this. From the outside in the rock section. Can he keep it going down here? The sensation of this year's World Cup, this man. So Daprela on fire on this last section. Surely he's going to go faster. Daprela takes the lead. Over a second. Wow, 6.8 now.
Calm and collected, Thibaut has not become any less determined. After achieving the weekend's second podium for the team, he consolidates his own position as overall leader.
C'est vraiment cool, première fois qu'on a 2 leaders dans le team en élite. Myriam qui concrétise une bonne fois pour toutes et Titi solide, incroyable, en gérant un minimum pour pas prendre trop de risques. Il arrive à être encore 2 et plus que dans le coup, quoi. C'est cool. C'est vraiment trop bien, j'ai rien à dire. Ça va être bon augure pour la suite. La prochaine étape, c'est la vraie là, la vraie. Celle qui est différente de toutes, où tout peut se passer. Et on va prendre ça pas comme acquis, on va travailler dur pour que ça marche et putain, faut que ça marche, ça serait cool.
The big days. They're locked in the calendar well in advance and the working year is built around them. Now, in this moment, it's here, the weekend everyone has worked so hard for. The team wants to get the job done.
Maribor, ça a été quand même un bon succès pour l'équipe, pour reprendre la tête du classement par équipe. Mais là, le challenge il est encore plus gros parce qu'on sait que si on continue à faire ce qu'on sait faire, ça ne sera pas suffisant, qu'il faut faire encore plus, encore mieux.
Quand tu vas au championnat du monde, c'est comme aux Jeux Olympiques, il faut repartir avec une médaille. Tu vas pour une médaille en tout cas.
C'est ce qu'on retient à la fin de la saison, qui a été le champion du monde. Tout le monde est prêt à tout sacrifier.
On sait qu'on n'a pas une deuxième chance, qu'il faut vraiment être bon là, à cet instant précis.
Wow, that's a long-winded and tough question, really. The recipe to become world champion. Everybody has a different story. A lot of people lift their game just for that one day. Everybody wants to be world champion, and I think it means a lot more to everybody outside the sport than you actually realise.
Depuis l'hiver, on savait que ça allait être une course spéciale parce que c'est Val di Sole. Black Snake, c'est la piste des superlatifs.
It's a track that just has to be tamed. Let's take a look at the stats. 2.1 kilometres of gnarly track. 539 metres vertical drop. 65.1 kilometres maximum speed. 5 hectic rock gardens. 7,951 rocks. 2 huge step downs. And 164 horrible crashes. So much action and so many legendary runs. Where history is made over and over again. With a prestigious event comes huge expectations. Custom bikes are especially made for the occasion. Riders are willed to go faster with their personalised kits and components. The bike that wins can be the bike of the year, and there is a lot of value attached to that.
Cet aspect extérieur, médiatisation, pour certains ça va être un poids en plus, et pour d'autres ça va être une motivation en plus.
It's not just about what happens on the day, it's about all the prep the week before, the months before, the years before. It's a long-winded recipe to win World Championships.
L'idée, c'est d'arriver à tout cumuler pour qu'ils partent le dimanche pendant le run de course, à se dire ok, ça va être un run de fou, je vais me régaler, je vais donner le meilleur de moi-même.
Il faut se faire vraiment à la piste, au terrain. Je regarde chaque passage, je regarde tout. Et une fois que je suis en confiance, je commence à lâcher les freins.
Ils se mettent en place, qu'ils trouvent leur ligne, qu'ils commencent à avoir du rythme. C'est ensuite, là, on va bien régler le bike.
Donc là, le but, ça a été de les calmer le premier jour. Ok, on a du temps pour bosser, on a du temps pour ça, on a du temps pour ça. Donc le planning qui est différent, avec plus de temps de roulage, plus de temps d'attente, ça rajoute encore du piment et de la pression pour un championnat du monde.
Il y a un stress supplémentaire, une pression supplémentaire, donc c'est ça qui est difficile à gérer.
World Champs is a big mental game. Some people get too nervous and get too wound up in the moment and winning that actual jersey.
Tous champions, ils sont pas seulement bons techniquement et physiquement, quoi. Ils arrivent à tout le temps castrer pour que le jour J ça colle. En descente, on parle souvent de ce fameux déclic. Des fois, on l'a et puis quand il part, on a du mal à le retrouver, on a du mal à retrouver sa vitesse. Mais en fait, c'est un truc qui se passe dans la tête, c'est de la confiance.
Some people carry on with their process and then when it comes to their final run, they just go that little extra. That, for me, is where the mental side of it comes into it.
Alors Nicolas Archotte, je suis préparateur physique et aussi entraîneur de Myriam Nicole et Loïc Brunier. Il faut réussir à trouver cette zone de fluidité qui est propre à chaque athlète, cette zone de performance, les mettre dans leur zone.
Val di Sole, Italie, championnat du monde 2021. Black Snake.
10 secondes avant le start.
Souffle.
Départ en 3.
Clac, clac, c'est parti.
Arche, virage gauche, inter.
Appuie, fluide.
Droite cap, 9 pieds à droite.
Sur une même situation, ils vont pas avoir les mêmes difficultés et donc ils vont pas réagir de la même manière.
Passe au ras de la pierre, lâche.
Clac, clac, virage, pousse.
Pousse d'un relevé gauche, inter. On allège les racines, droit.
Tu tires, tu retombes, tu tires.
On tire sur la triple.
Moi j'aime bien quand ils ont peur. La peur, ça évite de faire n'importe quoi.
Souffle, t'as pas le droit à l'erreur.
C'est là que ça se corse.
Gardez la vitesse.
Inter.
Inter, virage droite. Prendre la vitesse, laisse vivre le vélo.
On essaye d'enlever ce niveau de peur en essayant différentes choses sur la piste.
Lâcher à fond, garder la vitesse, bien lâcher fort, attention en roue.
Ça plonge dans les racines défensives.
Et en enlevant les doutes, on se rapproche de l'entonnoir le plus possible.
Prendre la vitesse, laisse vivre le vélo. Simple, double.
On resserre.
Allez, ça repart.
Ensemble, on trouve la solution, mais la dernière personne qui va faire le boulot, ça restera le pilote.
Allez, sprint.
Pédale à fond, il est arrivé.
We're in Val di Sole in Italy for the biggest race of the year for the downhillers. This is the UCI Downhill World Championships.
Watch out for this man then. Split number 1. Precise 1.7 up and split 2. Are you kidding me? Very good pace out of there. Over a second out of the green net. Oh, she smashes the top of Tali Seagrave. Wow, she goes down just like that. Said does go fastest in Val di Sole by 1.6. What a run. What a world championship. The defending world champion. So the Italian crowd are going mad here. It's a 4:16 she needs to beat. 1.7 up and split 2. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Benoit Collard's touch for the line. It goes fast this. 1.6 into the green. We got a new leader in Val di Sole.
Yeah. Wow. Yes, Coulage. That is awesome.
Amaury Pierron then returns to action.
He's just on another level.
Straight down here, half a second back then for Amaury Pierron.
Just so good at putting his life where he needs to be.
Wow, no!
C'est putain de dur parce que j'explose la roue connement sur une racine où j'étais passé 15 fois ce week-end dessus. Ça fait chier mais voilà, on va garder le positif, il reste des courses à venir et ça c'est bon ça. Donc on va rebondir là-dessus.
4.2 back. The last woman to leave the top. It's the 2019 World Champions, Myriam Nicole, searching for gold here this afternoon. She's fastest at the...
Myriam, elle veut gagner, elle sait qu'elle a les moyens d'arriver au résultat. Maintenant, c'est juste d'arriver à mettre tout bout à bout pour vraiment avoir la flamme au maximum pendant la run de course.
You can see it in her riding right now. Allez, gaine-toi, step down, souffle. Laisse rouler.
For Myriam Nicole, she's going to smash that time of Cameroon. Marine, oh my God, Myriam Nicole is your 2021 World Champion by nearly 5 seconds.
Myriam just showed who Myriam Nicole is and absolutely blasted that track. She made it look smooth, she made it her own, and she rode like a superhero.
Daprela, he's leading the World Cup overall. He's had a good start to the season. That is on his mind pretty big. But when he gets down, he's fast and he probably will win. So he just needs to step back a notch and have a little bit different approach to it than he does to a World Cup series.
Last man then, Thibaut Daprela, the man leading this year's World Cup overall.
Oh, slips a pedal right out the gate.
2019 Junior World Champion, this man. Carried speed right around the top of that second turn. I can barely watch.
I mean, it's still, he could still do it, right?
Oh, he's down! He goes down!
Are you kidding me?
Is it going to be enough to take the lead? Minnaar's done it again!
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! This is ridiculous!
I can't believe this!
Greg Minnaar, 39-year-old all-time hero and legend of the sport, is still taking titles. How does he do it?
I treat the World Championship the same as I treat a World Cup. You know, I want to go there and I want to win. It definitely is an air of more pressure to be World Champion. It's that one race that you can do it, so it's almost like a make or break sensation. The fourth World Championship was super special because it came on a track that I'd never won on before. I think that just made it so special for me. My preparation mentally hasn't really changed over the years. I focus on visualization through the course of practice and going into the race. I don't think my mental game has developed over years of racing. I think I kind of had the mental game covered from a younger age. I've always been able to lift my game when the stakes were high, and I think that's important in racing.
The next man at the top will be the greatest World Cup racer there's ever been. 3 times a world champion. His first world championship nearly 20 years ago. Greg Minnaar knows he can win this today, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, talk about a rider who knows what the pressure feels like.
Yes, and keeps coming back for more. Oh, back at split number 2 though for Minnaar.
He's strong though.
He's so strong. Using the wrench to track, but now he's going to get on the gas here as he comes down the line. Is it going to be enough for Minnaar to take the lead here?
See the red.
It's going to be close. Minnaar goes fastest by 0.22. Oh my goodness! Minnaar leads at Val di Sole. And the crowd love that.
What is he up to? How is he still doing this?
How on earth?
Thibaut Daprela had an incredible season. To be leading the World Cup at such a young age, and I didn't really know what was missing from Thibaut, but I can only imagine the pressure. You know, you've got guys like Loic Bruni and Loris Vergier and fighting to try and catch up to you, and you know, I can only imagine that pressure of trying to lift your game.
Ah bah ouais, hein. Pas gagner à chaque fois.
Another chapter is written in the history books of the team. The power of one single run and the emotion that it brings is sometimes overwhelming. Laughter, tears, the highs and lows, and everything that makes our sport as fascinating as it is.